After Edinburgh's school children marched to Holyrood for a second time to protest climate change, focus has shifted to what the council can do on a more local scale. One measure took place recently as several city centre streets were closed in a bid to reduce air pollution as part of the Open Streets scheme. But the concept that has drawn the greatest reaction is talk of a congestion charge. The council is keen to emphasise that this is one of a number of measures that are being considered, as clarified by a statement from the Vice-Convener. That's TV spoke with Conservative councillor Scott Douglas previously on the matter, and he remains keen to honour a 2005 referendum in which almost 3/4 of residents turned it down. Others within the council have a different perspective.
So I think the crucial issue is that Edinburgh has a public health emergency in terms of our air quality. There are 200 early deaths a year in Edinburgh because our air quality is so poor. And I think it's essential. Greens really want to see firm action to tackle that. We've seen proposals put on the table for a low emission zone. I think that will help, but from a Green perspective, they're not strong enough. And Greens want to see us explore all the available options to ensure that we tackle our air pollution crisis and that also we reduce greenhouse gas emissions from transport. These things are essential. Now, if we need a congestion charge in order to do that, I think that's something that we need to look at. But let's explore other options first, is what I would say. So we had a Transport Committee last week where we signed off on 3 significant bits of work on Edinburgh's transport. One was a low emission zone, and Greens want to see that strengthened. For example, at the moment, the proposals for a low emission zone don't include cars in the city-wide boundary. We think that's a major missed opportunity, and actually cars are responsible for a large proportion of our emissions, so they should be included. The other thing that was signed off last week was the city centre transformation. Now that is something that the Greens firmly support. We've been behind that from the start. That's about making the city centre much more pleasant for pedestrians, for cyclists, for people to walk around, and actually it will benefit businesses as well because we'll get more footfall. So that's absolutely the right direction of travel, and that will also help us to tackle the air pollution crisis. Actions like the city centre transformation, like a bold low emission zone, like a transport strategy that focuses on walking as our top priority and then cycling as our second priority and then public transport. These sort of things we hope will very much help to tackle the public health emergency that is our poor air quality. But if they don't work, then we do really need to seriously consider whether a congestion charge is right for our city.
As the attention on climate change intensifies, Edinburgh awaits the verdict on a potential charge for crosstown traffic. Ian McNally, That's TV.